What will people think? Those 5 words are the biggest dream killers on the planet. For years, I let them run my life. I chose my college major, my clothes, and even the way I laughed based on what they might say. I was trapped in a cage of other people's opinions, constantly suffocating. But one ordinary Tuesday, everything changed. I had a massive public failure that I thought would ruin my life. And you know what happened? The world didn't end. In fact, nobody actually cared. That was the exact moment I realized the liberating truth. People aren't watching you as closely as you think. Here is the story of how I finally stopped caring and how it gave me my life back. Growing up in a culture and a household where public image was everything, I was conditioned to be a people pleaser. Every decision had to pass the invisible jury of friends, relatives, and strangers on social media. If I wanted to try something new, a voice in my head would instantly whisper, "Don't do it. You'll look stupid. What will they think?" So I played it safe. I took the corporate job I hated because it sounded impressive at family dinners. I bought a car I couldn't afford just to fit in with a certain crowd. On the outside, my life looked picture perfect. On the inside, I felt like a ghost in my own body. I was living a life scripted by everybody else except me. Then came the turning point. I had been working on a side passion project for months, a creative venture I was terrified to share. Finally, I built up the courage and launched it. I posted it online, expecting a mix of applause and judgment. Instead, I got a massive, roaring silence. Worse, a technical glitch made the whole launch look like an absolute mess. I made a huge fool of myself in front of hundreds of people online. I remember sitting on my bedroom floor, my heart pounding, tears stinging my eyes. I thought, this is it. I'm ruined. Everyone is laughing at me. I hid from my phone for a solid 24 hours, bracing myself for the wave of mockery. The next day, I finally checked my notifications. There were no hate comments, no mocking texts, nothing. When I brought it up to a close friend, they looked at me blankly and said, "Oh, I saw that post, but I was so stressed about my own work deadline that I didn't really pay attention." It hit me like a lightning bolt. People aren't sitting around thinking about my flaws, my failures, or my choices. They are completely consumed by their own lives, their own bills, their own insecurities. We worry so much about being judged by people who are too busy worrying about being judged themselves. It's a giant, ridiculous illusion. That realization changed my DNA. I felt this incredible weight lift off my shoulders. I had survived my worst fear, looking foolish, and the sun still rose the next day. Slowly, I started testing my new freedom. I started dressing for comfort, not for compliments. I quit that soul-crushing job to pursue what actually made me excited to wake up in the morning. When people gave me unsolicited advice or judgy looks, I just smiled and let it slide. Their opinions were a reflection of their limits, not mine. Living this way is terrifying at first because we are wired to want approval. But validation from others is a cheap drug. It wears off quickly, and you always need more. True peace comes from looking in the mirror and liking the person looking back at you, even if the rest of the world doesn't get it. If you are listening to this right now and you're holding back on a dream, a career move, or just being your authentic self because you're afraid of what people will think, please, hear me out. Stop living your life for a crowd that isn't even watching. Take the risk. Make the mistake. Wear the outfit. Speak your truth. The moment you stop caring what they think is the exact moment your real life actually begins.